Hi, I'm Bill Church, Executive Editor of the Sarasota Herald-Tribune. Another installment of Coming Sunday. And Liz, this is going to be one of the editions that you don't want to miss. We've got two major projects running. One of the projects is a long-time effort by Elizabeth Johnson, who's part of our investigations team, and also the star of the Besties video series on Unravel.us. But Elizabeth, let's talk about this Sunday. What can readers expect?
Sure. So we've been following Andre Bryant. He was the subject of a Herald-Tribune investigation that ran last year. And in October, he was released from prison after he was exonerated. So I've been following him since October in his transition back into society. So we have a story that's just looking at that transition, the struggles he's faced, and how he is working to balance this newfound freedom with being a father, which is a big theme of this story running Sunday. He has two kids who are 9 years old. They were both very young when he was sent away. So now he's trying to figure out how to be a present dad to Lil Dre and Andrea, who are named after him.
What are some of the surprises that Andre has had to deal with since being released?
I think more than anything, it's been the small things that have been hard for him. Trying to get an ID, trying to get a social security card, his birth certificate. He has to get glasses so that he can take his vision test for his driver's license. It's just all these small things. And then some bigger things. He's moved to Orlando. He got married a couple months before he was released from prison. His kids are in Manatee County. So it's just these struggles of figuring out what his priorities are and what he needs to get done first so that he can have a healthy and a fulfilling transition back into society.
Now, Elizabeth, the work that you did last year on Andre Bryant in the case was controversial in the respect that it created some discomfort in Manatee County, particularly among law enforcement. And yet the reality is the report that you rolled out and the following investigation showed that Andre should have been freed. This is not a moment that would have happened without your coverage. What has this story meant to you in terms of how you followed it and the impact that it's had since?
I mean, it's really just been amazing. Whenever I first learned about this story, it was late 2013, early 2014, and I kind of came into it blind. I was in high school when Andre Bryant was arrested, so this is not something that I'd known about. So, moving forward, it's really, I think it's taught me a lot just about how the system works and that it doesn't always follow the same pattern. Here you do have a guy who was sort of profiled and led into his 30-year sentence. But then you also had State Attorney Ed Brodsky, who was willing to actually review this case and say, you know what, we messed up. There wasn't enough here. There's new evidence that shows us that maybe he wasn't involved. And so he should be released. And, talking to Andre, I think that's important to him too, because he has had some bad experiences with the criminal justice system. But I do think this showed him that it's not all bad, that there are people who want to get it right, even if that means admitting to a past mistake.
You've got to pick up this Sunday's edition or go to heraldtribune.com. Just a compelling piece by Elizabeth. And a shout out to her former editor, Anthony Cormier, who's now with the Tampa Bay Times, which essentially sort of sparked the interest in the original Andre installment. And I got to also add kudos to both Michael Braga, current investigations editor, and Matt Sauer, our talented deputy managing editor, for bringing this project. Also, pay attention to the next installment in our partnered series with the Tampa Bay Times on the mental hospital issue. And Michael Braga is the lead author on it. You can't miss it. So thank you so much for your readership. We will continue to do the stories that no one else does.